La Hey, I've got a bit of a unique setup for the stream, so let's just get right into that. Uh, here we are. Can you hear the campfire sounds? And if you can, are they at an acceptable volume? A bit quiet? Okay, I'll turn it up a bit. How's this? Good. Let's put on some Yumetuki piano music and just have a nice listen while we just talk about things. So, people that aren't in my friend circle won't know this, but I spent almost the entire week away from the general internet. I still use Discord, but I just spent time getting away from everything, really. I don't know, I just got to thinking that the internet just isn't how it was. It used to be a place where I felt welcomed. I felt like I belonged. But now I don't feel that feeling anymore. If you hear any weird noises, I've got snacks for the stream. Oh, right. I didn't have the speaker sound turned on. Whoops. Oh well. But you know, despite taking that break from the internet, I still wasn't able to be as productive as I wanted to be. So what I decided to do is I decided that I would like block all access to the general internet. Again, Discord is the exception. I would block all of that every weekday from 5 a.m. to 8 p.m. I decided to start at 5 a.m. because that's when I go to sleep. And that would leave me 8 hours after waking up at midday without the greater internet. And I'm hoping that over time I will end up getting used to that and making habits of like actually doing stuff, you know? In addition, since I've realised that I'm not the person that I was when I started VTubing, I'm going to redo my lore. I am going to first post about my new lore sometime in January. I want the lore drop to specifically be in 2026. That year holds a bit of significance in regards to that. You know, I'm just gonna say it. The thing that sort of drove me over the edge and made me decide that I really needed a break from the internet was Kanata's graduation announcement. I woke up to that. There were people being sad, there were people being outraged, there were people like expressing support and stuff, but me, I just felt exhausted. I didn't want to have to deal with that, so I decided not to. I decided I would be taking a break. How do I feel about it now that I've had some time to clear my head? I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I don't know what's a good thing and what's not. I feel lost. I feel lost in this world where everybody like has their principles and stuff. Where me, I don't know. And I really do think that it's because I've been spending too much time online. I've noticed lately that I am at my happiness, where it's just me in my room watching anime. Like not even talking with friends or anything like that. I just have had the best time when I've been watching anime by myself. It's been nice. You know, I've had a lot of time thinking, just like, how can everything be better? How can the internet be better? And how could the state of everything going on be better? And I'm just like, it can't. There is no way to fix anything. So I've decided that I will be spending about as much time on the internet as I did when I was in school. Hey, Tibble. Glad you could show up. I've just been talking about, like, you know, my internet vacation and just how I've been thinking during that. I do still want to be there for, like, the people that matter, you know, but at the end of the day I just can't have fun online anymore. I don't like the internet anymore. It's not what it was. Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm terminally online, but I would say that even just being chronically online has had has had a lot of bad effects on me. Yesterday I was at an early birthday party for my grandmother, and I had fun even though I didn't really do anything. I just kind of sat there in the corner listening to music, and yet the atmosphere that I felt during that brought me back to a better time. And I just kind of realized I missed that. Like, I'm still, like, really introverted. I prefer to just, like, sit back in the corner and stuff. But just being there in the corner, I feel like that's the best thing I could do, you know? It makes me feel good. The internet has been in a decline since 2016, I feel. Because that was when politics started getting absolutely batshit insane and bleeding into everything. And from there onwards, people just kind of forgot how to have fun. You could say that for me, the world ended in 2016. That's fair. You haven't been anywhere near as bad as some people that I've seen, believe me. But yeah. At least you still have normal political opinions, okay? I saw that one green text on 4chan where someone was complaining about like how every different site always has this really batshit insane political view that's like some form of extremism, you know, like extreme right, extreme left, extreme capitalism, extreme socialism. And, like, at first we were, like, laughing at that because of how absurd it is, but then it started getting everywhere. And it wasn't as funny to laugh at anymore, you know? Because now we had to deal with people like that. But it's been really difficult for me because I am the type of person that really wants to see something good happen. So I just keep checking, and I 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 keep checking. Yeah, that's my problem. At first I thought that my problem was just the fact that I was optimistic, you know, I was someone that wanted to see, like, something good happen. But now that I've had that break from the internet, I realised that that wasn't what the problem was. The problem was just that I was impatient. I was a very impatient person, and I want to change that. I think it's generally, like, for me anyway, it's better for me to be in the dark about stuff like this. Because if I'm not, then I'll just get obsessed with wanting it to change. It's a real problem I have. And I'm not saying that, like, that sort of stuff is, like... I'm not saying that, like, posting, like, your opinions and, like, posting about politics and stuff, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying it's affecting me negatively. Focusing on myself is something that I've been trying to learn properly for myself, because I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I've gone through a lot of shit, okay? I've gone through a lot of shit. Like, I'm not just talking about online either. I've already mentioned that person in my tabs, but I'm not gonna go fucking overshare about that. All that needs to be known is that there is someone in my life who has hurt me. Who has hurt me in ways that I am currently still recovering from. An imagination is... Oh! I'm fucking great at imagining things, okay? Like, I don't need those exercises because I do that pretty much all the time. Like, that's not what my issue is. Like, I see people, like, suggesting stuff like that, but I'm like, yeah, I do that. I listen to light instrumental music and just look out my window and just think about things. With patience too. It does for a time. It's not. It's a temporary solution. It's a thing. I don't wanna overshare here because this is like a public stream and stuff, and you know, oversharing in public is no, you don't do that, you know. I don't know. I just kind of wanted to get some things off my chest without really going into detail, if that makes sense. That's why I put the term "sad girl" in my thumbnail. I'm glad that I could. I'm glad that I could like make it like peaceful and stuff, because that's generally the vibes that I wanted to go with. I wanted it to be like we're gathered around a campfire under the stars and just talking about things, you know? So I've got something stuck in my teeth. And here's another fucking pet peeve that I have. Here's another pet peeve that I have. Like, the reason that I felt so happy when I was at that party is because I felt nostalgic. I felt like I was in the same sort of space of mind as I was all of those years ago. And people have like a really superficial idea of what nostalgia is. Like, people think that all you need to be nostalgic is to just have like images of the media that you consumed at the time, or like have the aesthetics that were like popular at the time. And no. If you think that is nostalgia, you are a very shallow person. To me, nostalgia is that feeling that I got when I was in secondary school and I went into the computer lab at the back of the chemistry building, because we had like different buildings for like certain like different classrooms and stuff. And I would head into that computer lab and I would plug in a USB stick that was full of the stuff that I had, and my friend would like sit next to me and we would have a good time after I had done all my work in class. That's what nostalgia is to me. Something else that I fucking need to work on is the fact that I always move my hands with way more force than I'm meant to. Like, I almost like knocked my tray of pepperoni over. Put some more cheese strings here. You know, it's actually funny thinking about cheese strings right now, because right now I just think about the Pokemon Goldengo, I believe it's called. Because he looks just like the fucking cheese strings mascot. Yeah, Goldengo is the Pokemon that looks like the cheese strings mascot. I don't know, that just makes me laugh every time I, like, think about it. don't know. I guess the reason that I'm still like making content on the internet despite disliking the general internet now is because I guess I'm just holding out hope to find someone that is in the same boat as me, you know? Somebody else who just wants things to go back to how they used to be. Even though we know that that's not really possible. It'd be nice to pretend, you know? You know, people say, oh, but people are working on, like, making, like, things go back to the way they used to be. Like, that's not going to work until it becomes widespread. And if it becomes widespread, then people are going to try to change it. That's just how things work these days. Yeah, and I'm gonna give, like, proper nostalgia here. Not the superficial aesthetic bullshit. I am going to deliver the experience that we had back then. Even if it's just talking about stuff, even if it's just like talking about, like, be honest, when I described how things were when I was in school just a bit ago, did that resonate with any of you? Be honest. Forgot to turn on low latency, so you guys are probably going to be like really behind. That's fine though. Right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back to ranting about, like, superficial nostalgia a bit, because I have been trying to look for a proper like MP3 player, because I want to use my phone less. However, the problem that I have with a lot of MP3 players here is that they are style over substance. They are of the retro style. And that is it. They don't have anything that makes them functional as like a proper music player. Like, I want a music player that is capable of handling my massive music music library and capable of playing stuff in a bunch of different formats. Because that's what my music library is like. But it is never like that. There's always like a limit to the amount of space that you have, and it's always it's never enough. It's never enough for me. And you know, in the cases where it is enough, oh whoops, this only supports the MP3 format. And then there's and then when I find something that actually does work, oops, the product is a complete load of shit. It's incredibly slow to run, the battery life is abysmal, and it's just not functional as a music player. At this point, I may as well just keep using my smartphone for it. And I don't want to do that. I want to cut back on that. There is one music player that I am looking into. It's by a decent make, and it seems like it should be able to do everything that I want a music player to do. And yes, it is a dedicated music player. None of the other apps are going to. Yeah, like, that's the thing. When I want a music player, I want a music player, not a multimedia device. I want one that only has, like, the apps that are required for the music player thing. Don't worry about the gun joke. That was funny. Oh no, that's not the type of music players that I had growing up. When I say that I had a music player growing up, I fucking mean it. There was nothing on that thing except for the music and sometimes video playback. And I would take that shit with me everywhere. I took it to more places than I took my flip phone. I took it to more places than I took my DS. I don't know. I just wish that there was something with like the classic form of using it, but the modern sensibilities of using it. Like Like, I want just something that is just a pure music player that is capable of playing a bunch of different music formats. Like, you know, we have MP3, but then there's also WAV files, there is also FLAC files, there's Opus files. That is what I want. Yeah, exactly. Modern UI with ancient needs. Because, you know, music itself has progressed. It has many different formats that we like to use. Like, currently what I'm doing is I'm using my smartphone as my music player, but I am specifically using the app VLC for it, because VLC is capable of handling all of those different formats. If they just had like a music player that has like a decent amount of storage, like we don't need to get into 2 terabyte territory, but a terabyte's worth of storage is enough for me. And, you know, a music player with a terabyte's worth of storage, like, even if you have to plug in your SD card, that is what I would do anyway. And it would only have, like, an app at least similar to VLC. But yeah, I am, like, I always shock people with how much music that I have saved to my device, because, okay, you know what, it's right back here. I'm gonna bring it up, and I'm gonna, okay, I'm gonna deliver the exact number. I hope you're prepared for this, because you're not. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna turn the volume all the way down so you don't hear. Okay. Okay, this is gonna take a while to load. This is gonna take a while to load. Okay. So tell me VLC, how much music is there going to be when I set everything to shuffle? How much music is there? VLC is one of them. Okay. Alright. The total number of music that I have saved to this device. The total number is 76,343 songs. it has a different meaning. Don't worry about it, don't worry about it. I forgot to turn off the I forgot to turn on the low latency when I was doing the stream. Don't worry about it. That's partially my fault. But yeah, I really like music. The reason that I have such a vast library of music is because one thing that I don't miss from my past is the experience of like having a bunch of songs saved to your music, but running out of space, so you had to delete some in order to make room for some other ones, and then you're in a mood to listen to the ones that you deleted again, and so you have to delete some more songs to make room for those, and yeah, I do not miss that. And for me, 1 terabyte is enough for my music library. And it looks like it's about time to end the stream off. So I will be doing that. And as always, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you